Good evening, Facebook Live. Let me get Instagram going real quick. Hopefully, good evening, Instagram Live. Hopefully, you're having an amazing evening, morning, afternoon, midday, wherever you're tuning in from. As you are tuning in, I would love to know, number one, where you're tuning in from. Number two, love to know three things you're grateful for. Today's topic in our 100-day personal performance and business growth challenge is how proximity is power. We just shot up. Well, hello, Nancy. Welcome. Marilyn, welcome. Let's see. Hello from Toronto. Yolanda, nice to see you. Valerie, welcome. Bradley from Newcastle, nice to see you. Good morning, I believe it is. Aloha. Nice to see you. Hello from Dubai. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. Renee from Hollywood, California. Welcome. Friends from Guatemala and New Jersey. Welcome. Hello from Toronto. Good evening. Hello from Dubai. Grateful I could finally catch you live. Nice to see you. Hello from San Diego. Watching from Business Mastery. Proximity is power. Yes, it is. Hello from Venezuela, Ohio, Cancun, Mexico, Cleveland. Hola, my friend. Aaron, welcome. Hello from India, Chicago. Okay, so we're going to dive in. As you're tuning in, again, love to know, number one, where you're tuning in from. Number two, love to know three things you're grateful for. Today, Glenn, nice to see you. We just shot up to go say hi to Dad at his Business Mastery seminar. He was killing it today. Very proud of him. Glad to see that he's healthy, strong, more energy than ever before. And a couple of things. First off, that Business Mastery event, I attended the very first one about 9+ years ago. And at the time, I was working as a coach for my 6th year at that point. And I remember attending Business Mastery and deciding to take everything I learned and put it to work. So I started my own little business, built it up, and now that's turned into $1 million, coaching and personal business over the last so many years here. We've helped hundreds of thousands of people around the world, and it's truly a blessing. So I highly, highly recommend, if you're a business owner, for you to Google Tony Robbins Business Mastery and go check it out. Now, since we were there, he was talking about today, which is day number 27, our 100-day personal performance and business growth challenge. He was talking about how proximity is power. And so one thing I would love to ask you is, regardless of what it is that you're working on, whatever your number one goal is for 2019, I would love to ask you to take a moment and identify who are, let's say, 5 minimum to 10 ideal people that you need to spend more time in proximity with to have an opportunity to get closer to what it is that you really desire and deserve. So who do you need to spend consistent time with in order to amplify what it is that you already know or what it is that you're already doing? Now this is the first question. Who do you need to spend consistent time with? And let's just say, if you were trying to scale your business from let's say $1 million to $3 million, who would you want to spend time with? Well, either you'd want to spend time with people who've already scaled their businesses from $1 million to $3 million, or you'd want to spend time with people who have a certain skill set, that they know a specific skill set that could help you scale your business. Like, they're really skilled in marketing. You want to spend time with a marketing crew. Or they're really good at sales. You want to spend time with their sales group. But in some way, shape, or form, you want to figure out, based on the goal you're trying to reach, who would you need to spend consistent time with, to be in proximity with consistently, that would assist you in learning what it takes, seeing it in motion, and I'm going to say through osmosis, starting to pick up on what's necessary to get the results that you deserve or you're going after. If you wanted to transform your relationship, who would you want to be spending time with? Well, it makes sense. People who have a fantastic relationship. If you want to transform your finances, who do you want to spend time with? Well, it makes sense. Someone who has transformed their financial world and really stuck it through and made some huge financial gains. And so going back to two things for the comment section real quick. What is the number one result you're looking to achieve in 2019? Now, based on the number one result you're looking to achieve in 2019, who do you need to be in consistent proximity with? One thing we did for this year is we want to grow our business. So we signed up for a really cool program. Here's the binder from it. We signed up for a really cool program called Board of Directors, which we were put on a board of directors with 14 other businesses, all different sizes from, let's say, I don't know what the smallest one in the room was. Let's say 700,000-800,000 a year in revenue, all the way up to 100 million plus in revenue in the room. And in that range of businesses, we're right in there. And so we're all learning and helping each other figure out what specifically needs to happen to expand the results that we have in our current companies. So Valerie says to launch an online course business. Okay. Impactful human copywriting, not sure who to surround with. Okay. Depending on if you want to increase or better your copywriting skills, you probably want to join a group of copywriters and get in consistent proximity with them digitally or physically to help focus on that. Let's see. I want to spend time with online coaching mentors. I want to start my coaching business. So that might be something you check out, Performance Coach University. We have a group of coaches that we've trained there, and we get them together once a year for a business building boot camp here in Miami, or it was last year. And we show over 2 days how to optimize growing your coaching practice. Let's see. I'm thinking of taking on more courses, small business association, meet more people to get a mentor. Sounds like a good idea. And so the concept of whatever the number one goal is that you're looking to achieve in 2019, you want to make your short list of 5 to 10 people you need to stay in consistent proximity with that allow you to do this. Now, one thing my wife and I did, we wanted to be more around tech startups and big thinkers and holistic living type people. And we said, okay, where in the world are people like that? And we said, there's a huge pod of them in San Francisco. So a couple years ago, we said, okay, great, let's move to San Francisco for a couple months and get to know everybody. So we packed up, we rented an Airbnb in Sausalito, just outside of San Francisco, and we just moved there. And we popped in, and a good friend of ours said, hey, why don't you stay at my house for the first week, and I'll introduce you to people. We got there. She did, which we're incredibly grateful for. And over that week, she introduced us to all kinds of people she thought we'd be really good connections with. Now, over that time of us spending time there, we met people who've become dear friends of ours. We've met people who've become mentors in certain categories of life. We met people who've become business clients and business partners since we've been there. It was phenomenal. And so that concept, I have some new clients that are in Austin that I really like. And I'm like, wow, maybe my wife and I should move to Austin for a couple months and just connect with people, get to know people, go out to dinners, have meetings. Same thing in New York City. There's certain places all over the world that if you're willing to, and let's see, I wish I could afford to do that. So this might be a longer term goal to say, hey, in the future, one thing I want to be able to do is at will make a decision to be able to go spend consistent proximity around. So how can you make that concept achievable in a minimal budget? You can listen to their podcasts or you could digitally connect with them. You could find a way to add value to them and somehow get permission to connect with them on Instagram, on Skype, on Zoom, have a meeting with them, but you got to add value. So there's a secret sauce to this, and the secret sauce is always go to give, not to get, which means do not message them and say, what could I do for you? That's not giving. That sounds like giving. It has the intention of giving, but in reality, it's kind of a bit of a selfish move, because even though you're asking, what could I help you with, you're actually tasking them with trying to figure out what you're good at, where you're useful, if they need you, and how it could possibly work. On the reverse side, if you really want to get to know someone, I'm going to share a little something we share in our high performance program that's on Udemy. And so in that program, there's a portion on peer group, how to build a powerful peer group. And so the number one thing you want to do is identify 5 or 10 people you really want to connect with and have proximity with. The next thing you want to do is you want to do your research, get to know, what are they working on? What are they focused on? What projects have they just launched? What things are they bringing to the world? What things are they interested in? And as you get to know about them, Google them, read about them, listen to their podcasts, read their articles, go through their website, watch them online, watch what they post about all the time. Get into their world. A friend of mine did this. He wanted to connect with Jim Cramer, the stock guy that goes ding, 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 sell, buy, sell, that guy. And he sat down. He really wanted to connect with Jim. He watched and read every article that was posted on Jim's website. And he says, you know what? Every day for the next 30 days, I'm going to come up with 10 articles I wish he would write about on his website. And so every day he wrote 10 topics he wished Jim would cover on his website. Now, after 30 days of doing this, there was 300 ideas that he came up with. He picked the top 10 ideas, and then he sat down, and he didn't just send the ideas. He said top 10 ideas, and then he did the research. What are the best keywords that would be used in these blogs? Then from the keywords, he said, what's the best information he would include? So he did the research and pulled the links, pulled the information that he would use in the blogs. He put this all together. He put it all together. And then he said, he sent it to Jim Cramer. He said, Jim, I'm an avid reader of your blog. I would love to connect with you. I looked through everything you've written, and here's 10 topics I wish you'd cover. Here's 10 SEO-friendly titles that you could title the blogs if you posted them. And here's bits of research you could include in the blogs if you want to write them. And he emailed it out, didn't expect anything in return. Literally 15 minutes later, he got an email back that said, hey, would you be willing to write these blogs for our blog? And my friend James was like, absolutely, I'd love to. He became a writer. They hired him to do it. All of a sudden, he's working with them. And in that moment, he was there meeting the crew, meeting the team, looked around, and he asked the question, what's 10 ways I could make this place better? He saw some things that were missing. Eventually, he took his own initiative. He invested in building a software, and he took it to him. He said, hey, guys, I looked around. I saw something that was missing. I invested in it. I built the software. Is this something that you guys might want? The team around Jim ended up buying this software from him for $10 million. That's amazing. It went from wanting to connect with the guy to adding so much value that by the second round, he was paid $10 million for the software that he sold to them, that they needed. And so this concept is, when you want to be in proximity with someone, number one, do your homework, get to know what they're up to, get into their world, watch what they're doing, read all their stuff, really understand what they're focused on and what they're trying to do. Number two, sit down and really, truly figure out how to add value to whatever it is they're up to. And then number three, make an offer. And here's the fun part. My friend James told me, I never wanted or needed anything in return. If they would have never emailed me back, bless them. At least I know I had some value and sent it to them. If they would have never been interested, no problem whatsoever. I just wanted to know I added value. And if it's worth something, great. If it's not, who cares? I'll move on to the next place. That concept, though, is really, really important. Let's see, Valerie. Wow, so good. Where can we find your coaching stuff? JerrickRobbins.com. So if you go to my website, JerrickRobbins.com, there's a couple of things there. There's actual one-on-one performance coaching, which I have a few spots. I have 3 spots left to open to work with me. If you want to work with me personally, we have coaches on our team that we can pair you up with, and we can get you one of our high performance coaches that have been trained by our Performance Coach University program. If you're looking for an introductory program, you can go to highperformancekw.com, highperformancekw.com, grab a copy of our online high performance program, which is a short 3-hour program on how to activate high performance and all that you do. If you want to get trained as a high performance coach, you can go to performancecoachuniversity.com. And if you're interested in hiring an accountability and high performance coach, go to jarekrobbins.com, click coaching, and there's either business growth or personal performance. Thank you for my little shout out and window. Valerie, thanks for asking. Okay, I'm going to go get ready for bed because it's late here. I hope you all have an amazing morning, evening, afternoon, midday, wherever you're watching. And I'll see you all tomorrow for day number 28 of our 100-day personal performance and business growth challenge. So I'm going to close this up.